On the Esoteric America podcast, I brought up like Clark Ashton Smith and like all these Lovecraft and all these dudes. It's a trip, dude. Fucking like all these writers who like Algernon Black, like the so in like creepy, weird, the weird tales and early horror story, like late 1800s. It's kind of the first guys. Algernon Blackwood. Um, he like wrote a bunch of old ghost stories.
Mm-hmm.
Influenced by Lovecraft, Robert E. Howard, all of them. You know, uh, he was an occultist who was a Rosicrucian, and he was also a member of the Golden Dawn, as was Arthur Machen, who he wrote a bunch of shit. Like he wrote a book called The Great God Pan, and just a bunch of just occult, esoteric stuff. This other dude who's an early one, M.R. James.
Mr.
He was actually, yeah, fuck yeah. He was actually,
Look
he
at
was
him.
a
Like
major,
I got my thing just like him, dude.
yeah, dude. Oh, is that you in that picture? But he was like he was an antiquarian medievalist scholar, and then he's writing about like all these, and kind of ghost stories. But then there's ones like this one's about like this relic they found in this old Templar temple, like
Mm-hmm.
just stuff like that. And then like Lovecraft and all his people, Clark Ashton Smith, were all super influenced by these dudes who were all like occultists.
Mm.
And I know all of them were occultists too, but they're writing like these fantasy horror stories. Most of them are about dealing with these old gods, olden time, shit that's been buried, shit that's in the woods, all this shit, folk horror type stuff.
Right.
But, like writing as fantasy and horror and science fiction, but they were actually like occultists who were scholars who were in these secret societies, looking into esoteric stuff. So were they actually writing fantasies, or are they giving us truths in plain sight? Because I've fucking gone through tons of these books from Lovecraft to Blackwood, Arthur Machen, Ambrose Bierce, and I swear every single one of them is just giving clues to like what actually happened and how to
Mm.
piece it all together. It's fucking crazy. And every time, every writer I find just ends up going deeper and deeper, like, and solidifying like
Hmm.
this shit. It's a trip, dude.
So
That's kind of
he
weird
was
how
part of
it
the
just
Hermetic
came
Order of the
in.
Golden Dawn.
Yeah, this dude Algernon Blackwood was, and so is this dude Arthur Machen, who wrote
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of old stuff too. He wrote this story called The Great God Pan,
Mm-hmm.
um, which obviously is about a pan. And like, it's a lot of pagan type stuff. Folklore, it's kind of like when the old ways meet the new ways, the old world meets the new world kind of
Well,
thing.
dude,
And it's always digging, they're always digging under some shit. Like, Robert E. Howard describes mountains, like describes these old temples and shit as just looking like mountains,
hmm,
as being part of the mountain.
hmm.
It's a
I
trip,
mean,
dude.
yeah, I
It's a
mean, we
trip.
already like that. That stuff is that stuff seems like castles were mountains. That they, I mean, it makes sense. And it's a mystery to me how they constructed them with like all that stuff like that. That's just a mystery. Like they had technologies, whether it be, I don't think it's
Yeah, for sure.
cranes though. I don't think it's like your like levers and
No, it's not. It's not anything necessarily that we. That's the thing, is it's like outside the box.
Well, dude, it's in a
Like we
sense. I think
use cranes, but they didn't. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Like I just there's a lot more going on in my mind about like we've like discussed gravity, and it's a hard conversation to have with like a normie, But
Mm.
I don't think I just don't think um I think gravity is like working only. It's like one of those things like the human consciousness makes gravity like real, you know, almost. Where like if you're like using like electromagnetic technology, then it becomes like different, right? The whole, I think the earth will transforms. I think reality transforms, and the earth, this is going to sound wild, earth and reality transforms to like consciousness of people, like, you know what I mean,
All
where
connected.
if like we were like finally like, oh, okay, cool, it's like, because what we were talking about sometimes where it's just like, you know, people are like really scared of like nuclear energy, but like it's like they don't understand like nuclear energy is just like a big steam engine, right? It's just steam. It creates heat. And it's just like it's reacting like in a
Yeah, it's just
reactor, I guess.
huge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's small and it's making heat. So it's just like, but it's like steam is like this, like one thing that's like a powerful, but it's gases, right? It's a liquid gas that like expands so you can like move like big things to like make electricity like move. And that's all nuclear is. That's all nuclear ever will be.
Yeah, it's like a giant steam train.
That's it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all it is. That's all it is. And I mean, it's containable. I mean, look at what they do for those big ships that they just fucking build all the time. Those they're all run on nuclear reactors, contained on a ship that goes for like 25 years. They just built this new one that goes for like 50 years. It's like the Nimitz, right? It's like these floating like these weapons of like weapons for war. You know, they run on nuclear fucking power, like little reactors that do shit that's fucking sick, right?
Yeah, and they
It's
just
not that, yeah, it's not that
they'll
hard to
run for
understand.
25 years, like
Yeah,
fucking jam. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, and then it's just like it's really, but it's just who knows what. I mean,
Yeah, they make
that's
it
a tech,
expensive.
yeah, that's a technology that just, you know, is available to the war machine. But like
Right.
as far as like this magnetic like electric stuff is the next area of consciousness, dude. Like of course, like the the military, the war machine's not going to use something that's free energy. It's going to use like an energy that's completely like that they scare people with. But like, you
Yeah,
know, it's
and
like
that
it's fucking
they
legit.
could charge for, too.
Or it's like this legit like operation where like, you know, it's making electricity. It's you know, it's not like a steam engine where you like. It's just what am I trying to say is that like consciously, I think like electromagnetic energy is what like the world runs on.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you for sure. I wouldn't be able to explain it, but I
Right.
feel like, the electromagnetics, that's more of where how they built these things, like, I mean, the magnetism, it's just like it's right there in plain sight, I feel like, like
Yeah.
they always talk about magnetism, but they never talk about magnetism.
Well, that you know, the whole flat Earth argument is like, you know, like, you know, because every job site we're on, there's like a new guy out there, dude. He's like, oh, he's considered the crazy guy. He talks about flat Earth, and usually the guy's pretty crazy, right? You know, he's the plumber or something like that. But then it's just when I try to tell people, it's like, well, but that's not he's trying to explain something that's more like he's trying to explain flat Earth as like a lie. That's that flat Earth for what it is like high level, right? Most people the can't explain the concept of flat Earth to like make a point, right? And I get
Mhm.
that, but sometimes it's like maybe that's not the point of like flat Earth at all, right? You know, maybe the point of flat Earth is like spirituality, right? Where like I've said before, like maybe that's the point of it,
Right.
like
Yeah, it's to ascend from this prison that they've got us in,
right.
and just to
That's
like,
exactly it. Yeah,
it's liberating just to be like, you know what?
right,
Fuck them. I don't care what they
right,
say. I'm gonna think what the
right.
fuck I want that have researched whatever. I'm just gonna think whatever the fuck I want, and it's like it's great, you know, it's
Right.
totally liberating, fucking.
Right.
And that's, yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're saying. That step is huge for people to make, and it
Yeah.
can is a powerful one. I mean, it's huge for me, you know, fucking
Right.
definitely.
Like, yeah, you know, and it, I mean, because the dates line up like this: 1955 is the heliocentric model, right? But then if you go back to like times where we can't like back check, right? We can't back check like that Bruno guy that was like burned at the stake for saying that like we're, you know, we can't like
Right.
go and be like that can be any mystery whatsoever. But like in 1955, they made it such a big deal that and that's what they wanted to teach, right? But apparently, 1955 is when like the coup took over, anyways, right? The coup of the American people got taken over by like, you know, by the CIA and like Truman warning us of the a secret, and then Kennedy being killed. There's a
Post
secret,
World War II, fucking
right? Right. That was like
reset.
so. There was a coup, right? And that's what
Sure. Oh yeah, for sure.
that's getting to the point, right?
Yeah, yeah, and totally. When you really get deep in this, you start seeing the controller wars between, you know, like
Right.
you said, that was a coup from, you know, the fuckers who were there before. And, you know, I've seen even like, you know, there was a coup in the like World War One. There was a
Oh yeah,
coup.
Franz Ferdinand, the Black
Yeah, like,
Hand.
you know, all of
Yeah.
our got like all the got like basically the people who built our world in the late 1800s. Those guys were taken over after World War One, you
Mm-hmm.
know, by that next batch who were then taken over, you know, like it hasn't been one happy batch of evil henchmen controlling us. Like they fought each other to gain all this freaking power and control as well, you know.
Right. It's
And
like,
yeah,
yeah,
you
it's
start
gears.
thinking, what were these wars really freaking? What were they really fighting for? You know?
Oh, I mean, they were cousins, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it, totally. But usually
They
they're
were
from
cousins.
like the same country, you know.
Yeah,
Freaking
they were cousins
yeah.
that like
It's
were
all
having like,
just
you know, but
narrative shit.
the point I'm trying to make is that like maybe that's it. Like, you know, maybe the reality only exists because the consciousness can't think past it, right? And then we have like things that rob our attention that can't, you know, because we can like look at the stars, right? They're those whether like Earth is flat or not, the stars are still something to look at. I mean, like the
Totally
original translation of human is to look at the sky, right?
right.
That's what it
Totally.
means.
They're insane no matter what the fuck they are, you know.
Yeah, right. It
Yeah,
doesn't
star. I
matter.
mean, yeah, just the fact star for fucking. There's something important to them,
Right.
you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that.
Like that's exactly it.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's like for like star forts and snowflakes and all this fucking shit to mimic exactly what a star looks like through a mic. Like when you look at it, you go, "Oh, dang! It's like it's a fucking octagon." Or these things don't look right when you look at them. Like when you look up, they're not like a ball of fire. They're like shapes, bro.
yeah, and there's colors, there's
Right.
movement.
They're frequencies, or it's a skill, right? Because or it's a skill that you can like. This is like something to like what Mao said. It's a skill that you can pass down. And there's a skill. It's a knowledge. It's a skill, and you know,
100%.
and it's not so much because what a lot of times when I see these writers like that are part of these like the OTO or like any of these Rosicrucian, they seem so um even jet like they seem like they were part of a repressive fucking society, and all they're really doing is trying to explain like paganistic like fucking stories through like this taboo way, right? Like I read them and I go, oh, like it's taboo when because the Wizard of Oz has been coming up in a lot of like people's like consciousness, and people have been talking about it a lot, and I go, but isn't and they go, it's so revealing. And I go, but is it but is it though? Because it's like, you know, Brahm, from what I understand, Brahm was followed like his childhood was like this weird thing where he became ill, right? And he had all these like fantasies in his fucking head, right? And then
Hmm.
he somehow was able to like write down these fucking stories, and there's like
Yeah,
20 of them.
basically
That's what I
he created a whole mythology, really, you know?
exactly
Yeah.
right. And it's just it's basically like uh It's basically like a repressive culture. Uh, the Victorian culture that was repressive. Like it made you so these things were considered taboo. So you would have to like talk like in one way or another. But like people that are tribal, even in Afghanistan, even anywhere, like you like as repressive as they were still like heathens or like pagans, and their beliefs were fucking wild, dude. Like like Zeus and whatever, they were just like more creative. They were like these fucking things that were flying around and just
Yeah,
doing things.
monsters and shit.
Yeah, and it was just like explaining it like something that was like cross cultural, right? There was like a cross cultural thing that was happening all the time, and that like and then if you go back to like these pharaohs or these Caesars or whatever they were, I mean, people still think like like you had like this ruler that was stoic and he had all these Erilises, and they bring it up like he's like some great like philosopher, but like it doesn't really make sense unless
unless they wrote it.
I mean, even Buddha doesn't really make sense, right? There's it just doesn't make sense that like this guy got bored with his affluent lifestyle and then he went to look for this enlightenment. It was just like, dude, you were basically just trying to be a Mohican, dude. And
Right.
dude, did you even see what happened with the Dalai Lama lately?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, fucking dude, like shit's fucking they're fried, bro.
Dude, they're so fried.
They're fucking fried. And dude, you know how many people get fucking really upset when I say fucking that shit about the Dalai Lama being part of the CIA and they go, oh, but dude, what do you know about this guy?
Right.
Then he
Well, I
fills
mean,
a room with light.
yeah, he has a great cover story, dude.
That's what it is. He's just a character that like he's a world leader and he's a spiritual leader. It's just like, like I do like the idea of like maybe like he was born into the position of like being like considered I don't know, spiritual and stuff. Like I like the idea as much as the next person, but it's like why would we need like real life imitating art in this day and age?
Right. And you totally. And if you're that enlightened, you wouldn't be fucking working for the CIA, taking money from them, doing whatever weird shit you're doing either.
And controlled
Yeah.
opposition,
So
right?
it's.
But I think a story like the Dalai Lama being part of the CIA makes a David Koresh story a lot more fucking interesting.
A what?
A
Sorry.
David Koresh story, Heaven's Gate.
Oh yeah.
I think it makes it way more interesting.
I mean, he's the Buddha. He's he's the guy who fucking they killed him instead of making him Buddha. Fucking,
right? Or like a
how many of
Jones.
these guys? Yeah, how many of these guys have come along saying they're like this chosen person or whatever? And how are they different from these other guys?
Yeah, I can't, dude. And then just try being around like people in a cult. Just try being around it, dude. Like I said, I went to that like on a Wednesday night. I went to see that fucking show, dude, and it's just like it was like they were cult members there, dancing and doing their cult, like being in a circle and going opposite thing. Like it was a Saturn Universal like ritual that I saw, and I immediately was just like, this is a fucking trick. This is a magic trick. This is like some kind of like spell that's being spun upon us, like on this person's birthday, which I didn't. You should.
What show was it?
It was it was the Bastard Sons of Johnny Cash. It was country music. It wasn't like it was weird. There was like a lot of just weird stuff. Like, and me and this, I remember like looking at Sasha going, dude, this is a trick. This girl is getting everyone to walk around in a circle because it's her birthday, and she didn't clear it with the band or like even other people that were watching it were just going, what the fuck is this, dude?
Energy
She made this big
harvester.
speech about like wanting to do it, and I'm just like, no, dude, I'm not participating in your magic, not today.
Yeah. And doing some kind of ritual for sure, even if she didn't even know she was doing it.
Yeah, that's what she was expecting. That's what she was expecting. And I go, dude, I put like sort of kind of like a lot of like stock in like little magic tricks that people do now for hypnotized shit. I do it now. I go, fuck. Like, I never, like, when I was growing up, like, I could never be bothered with being hypnotized. But now that I'm older, I could, like, probably, like, my mind's not as fucking fast. I just kind of like recognize, like, I'm not part of this hypnotism. I'm not trying to be part of it, and as weird and as blocked off as that sounds, it's like, dude, I'm kind of protecting, like, my mind now, as little amount as I have.
For
That's not
sure.
to say, because I think like making it through COVID and like not drinking the fucking Kool-Aid of like these Jim Jones motherfuckers that are out there and everyone around me, dude. I was like, because I was like, you're instantly a Jim Jones guy now. You know what I mean? To me, you know what I mean? Like that, like you would like listen to fucking these idiots, you know. Although, admittingly, all of it was fucking scary because it was a fucking like trauma based fucking mind control operation.
100%.
You know what I mean? And then you know what Freud says about fucking Irish people, and I got a little bit of Irish blood pumping through me, dude. They say fucking we're impervious to the shit.
Yeah, it
You
makes
know?
sense. Fucking Trasco's Irish. Supposedly I'm Scottish.
Well,
And
fucking
fucking,
same thing, dude.
yeah, same thing.
You look actually, dude. To be honest with you, you look fucking Scottish as fuck, dude. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
you,
I
you know,
mean, it's 100% for sure. I
especially
mean,
around the eyes.
I haven't, I've never done one of those tests, but I mean, I've been over there a bunch of times, but I was over there with my ex-wife one time and she was like, man, this is the only place in the world where I can't fucking find you in a crowd because it's just all tall, fucking white, bald people.
Yeah,
And it really is funny.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, there's no mistake in that one.
Yeah, no, it's great though, because like,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, did you see that they arrested a dude who killed that Cash App techie
Oh
guy?
no, what was it? I didn't see that. I was not up on it.
Dude, they arrested some guy from Emeryville. It's like fucking right around the corner from me. He's some tech employee too, and they were friends.
Okay, dude.
Yeah,
Here's the thing.
yeah.
So have you heard
Let's
about
hear it.
have you
No,
heard
yeah,
about
let's
the
hear it.
AI talking people into suicide?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. So like so after hearing that story, like I was thinking like,
Huh.
that's fucking weird, dude. The AI talking these motherfuckers into people like people doing that, and I'm like, I'm all
Mm,
school shooter.
right.
I don't want to say that too loud.
I'll put a
Yeah, yeah.
or
But
something.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all sure enough, right?
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
if you look, dude, you know that guy that did up Colorado? Like, he was from Castroville, dude.
Huh. Fucking artist. Do you think it's the artichokes?
Operation Artichoke? No, no. Which is an operation. Operation
Oh,
Artichoke is part of the mind control thing. But
for
like,
sure. They just they never stopped any of those.
so like, yeah, but like if you like look into him, it's it's
Hmm.
it's fucking super strange because like he was dealing on high level like algorithm stuff. It's fucking weird, bro.
Hmm.
And now that like AI is talking like fucking people into fucking
Yeah.
shit. I mean, like,
Well,
dude,
definitely. Dude, I had this thought earlier. All like all this AI stuff's coming up, and so obviously they've had this technology for much longer. And so, how long have they been using it? What have they been using it on? So, dude, here's one. Like maybe all these shooters got programmed through this AI somehow. They didn't know they're talking to. And then also have to you start thinking about how many movies and TV shows in the past have been made with some AI that we don't even know about yet. That like who knows? Maybe in freaking 20 years they'll say, "Oh yeah, John Wick, John Wick 4 was a complete AI created fucking,"
I mean, dude,
and not necessarily even just the graphics, but like everything from the script to like what the props, the locations, fucking this stunt, that stunt, blah blah. Even on that level. So yeah,
well,
dude, this is a. Yeah, I was just thinking about that today,
I
dude.
know because it leads into that the whole 5G question, right?
Mm,
because then you have to kind of connect, like, because 5G is all quiet now, right? And like we all think David Icke's a kook for bringing it up, right? Like apparently David Icke's a kook for fucking
Oh,
mentioning it. You know what I mean?
the worst. Yeah,
Yeah, but is he though?
I know. Well, that's a funny thing. Like, everyone's always criticized David Icke from both sides, but he's still here, like talking about shit that like comes true all the time. You're like,
Right.
fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, but like that's the thing is like I'm like, I don't think he's necessarily a kook at all. I think what he says is completely valid.
Right. I mean, a lot of his stuff ties into all the history too. Everything he talks about is, them hiding history and manipulating fucking history, all the shit.
Yeah, I,
It's
I
the
just
same
I
shit where we do.
I think he's like just a single man, like up against like a real powerful machine, dude.
Sure. I mean, for sure.
It's like Ron Paul. It's like you're up against like, but Ron Paul's getting
You'll
like he's
never,
like
yeah, they'll never win. The moral is you can't
yeah,
win.
he's all
Like,
so it's just like basically
it's
like
always you against all of them.
yeah, but you just literally have to like know, right? And that's like the mind virus.
Hmm.
It's just knowing, right? Otherwise you're at a fucking show where someone's doing the fucking magic trick and wanting you to join a circle where one of you guys go this way, and I've always wanted to do this because it's my fucking birthday. And but if you don't recognize that as like some kind of fucking weird like magic trick, then you're gonna get fucking tricked, dude.
Right. Yeah. Maybe all those people who participated in that little circle dance fucking went and bought $75 worth of merch, Like
She
there's,
was dude, she wasn't even part of the show. She wasn't even part of the band, dude.
huh.
She was just
Yeah.
someone that had their birthday. It was like such a staged
Oh,
event,
really?
Yeah, I was
Whoa.
just like,
I
this
was
is
a
like
fan.
no,
Huh.
dude. So
I
I
was thinking it was the singer of the band or something.
no, she just okay. So like basically like the only reason she was there was because like I remember like because it's called fuck I forget what it's called, but it's right down this. The reason why I go to these the places, the reasons why I go to somewhere on a Wednesday night at like fucking 7:30 or 8 is to like literally like bump into like fucking Yusuf and Sean,
Yeah, to see the homies.
right? Bump into them, and then also kind of like have Sasha tag along so that we can do something in the middle of fucking like it's just like okay.
Sure.
Like
Night on the
my
town.
motives of going places are like super like that, dude. Like it's like, oh, hey, we'll go hit that restaurant. I know that Sean and Yusuf are up there like drinking and talking about girls. Let's go there, say hi to them, invite them down to where we're going. It's like that's like it.
Mhm.
Like I like live like that kind of life. You know what I mean? Like that's how I roll. Like we just do
Yeah.
this boom
Oh,
boom.
yeah.
We just do these hits. It's not like I'm planning like a lot of things where like, well, this is going to be the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out at the fucking bar
Right, we're
restaurant
making
till
the scene, but like
1:30 in the
it's
morning.
not even about making the scene, dude. For me, it's just about like
Oh,
this. But that's how I've always rolled with my
beer
life,
bros
dude.
and
You know what I mean? I've never like when we have to plan this. We got to make sure I have papers to go somewhere and show them that I'm a vaccinated person. Nothing like so. Like that's how people live their life now, dude. They like live their life like with that kind of like intentions where they're we're part of the good, we're part of the polite
right.
society. That's never been that's the new reset.
It
And so
definitely
I like
100% was a reset.
yeah, dude, that's the new reset. You go someplace with these intentions to do things, and some of these people know this shit, and they fucking do it to unsuspecting fucking people now. And that's what I'm
Right.
fucking. But it's unexplainable, dude, because
Right. So yeah, because go ahead. Sorry.
this is their grab at it, and you
Right.
just
Yeah.
go
Dude, you totally just witnessed, some chick pull some social experiment, show up at this show, talk about her birthday thing, make people do this crazy ritual dance. Who knows?
yes,
Yes.
but I can't I
Yeah.
can't explain that shit to fucking people. I can't be like,
Right.
oh hey,
Because
dude,
yeah, most people would see that as like, oh, this kooky drunk girl's on stage making people run around. Ha ha ha! Let's run with them. Whatever. Like, and then it's like, oh yeah, let me get a Modelo
hey, you,
and a
you,
tequila.
hey, you want to know the worst part about it was?
Huh. She was hot.
Perfect 10. Swear to God.
I mean, and that's how you do it.
That's
If it was a 3, no one would even pay attention to it. But
yeah, it
you
would
know,
be like
you gotta be
severe.
if it's a 10, dude, guys will do anything. Even a married man who has his wife right there
Yeah, yeah,
will do anything that 10 will do. Like that's how
yeah,
easy it is. That's
dude.
how easy.
And when I
That's
s- when
probably
I and when I said it when I said it's a magic trick, don't fall for it. To like those guys, um, she like looked over and gave me like fucking like a death stare for like she's like, oh, I swear to you, dude. Like I'm not making any of this up. And I'm like, ooh. And then what was even fucking worse, someone for her was someone else that like I wasn't even fucking hanging out with went, what a fucking vibe killer. Let's just get the other band going. I got more people fucking to go against her just by being fucking smart. And I'm not even trying to be a kook. I'm just going, don't fucking fall for this shit. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
this is, but be around a cult though.
I mean that's basically kind of what it is these people just following blindly instructions, you know, fulfills whatever need for them,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Dude, I'm at the level where like I feel like I'm like I can see people that like have like fucking sold their soul, dude. Like I'm not because I'm spiritual or anything like that. I'm just like, oh, this like I'm so good at it now. Like I can like see where the stories don't fucking match up, dude. I can
Yeah,
see the parodying that people fucking do, dude.
totally.
You know what I mean? Not to be like so crazy, but like I can see it now, dude. I can see it.
You get tuned in
I
and
can see
fucking
it.
you get tuned in and then you get dialed in.
I'm magnetic, dude. I'm magnetic now, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
no. Oh
magnetic.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Dude, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fucking exactly what I was gonna say. There's a lot of magnetic energy going on at that show,
right.
you know.
Yeah,
And you know, from that little weird ritual to you saying something, it bounced off,
yeah,
you know, and attracted those people to the whole vibe, you know,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I'm just like, fuck, dude. Like, it's as far as like the most bizarre things I've seen recently. That was one of them, dude. And I'm like,
it
I
kind
don't
of
know
gave
what
me
it
the
is,
chills just thinking about,
dude.
you
I'm
know.
like, it's not like I said, because I'm not like no one
Oh, I gotta
invited me.
grab this dog.
No one's doing it with grace no more, dude. You know that's been my fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's like no one's like, guess what? TV used to shut off like at 2 o'clock in the morning. The American flag would pop up and be like, all right. And TV would go off the air and it'd just be like fuzz. Because there was nothing else for fucking people at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. It was just done.
Yeah,
The
totally.
day's over, dude. We're all going home. We're all taking,
Yeah,
we're,
just call it,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're calling it.
put in a movie or go
Yeah.
to fucking bed.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but now everything's so 24 hours. So basically, we're all like living like fucking in Reno all the time now.
Right. Yeah, it's like the I forget what it's called. Blind people get where like they don't know if it's day or night kind of thing. So they like get like crazy insomnia kind of
Yeah, yeah,
vibe,
yeah,
you know? Yeah.
yeah. No, I have done all the research about insomnia because I do go through bouts of insomnia. But like, but it's all dietary, right? It's all like how your microbiome's like dealing with like uh, your uh, your uh, your surroundings, right? It's all surroundings, environmental.
Environmental. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
environmental. So
Jinx.
it's like, yeah, like so, like if you like if you choke down like a diet Coke or something, like yeah, your stomach is just basically telling your brain that you've been poisoned.
Mm.
And after a while, your brain just goes, oh, maybe I'll believe this motherfucker this time and just keep you up all night long. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. Because you're on a diet, bro. You're drinking that diet.
Ah, well, it's like fucking nachos and a diet Coke.
Yeah.
Tell me what's better, dude.
I'm
I
watching
mean,
my weight, bro. Okay.
yeah,
Get the
yeah,
diet. Give me the Diet Coke
yeah.
and the
You know,
Grande nachos.
I mean, it's like John Daly, man. He crushes like a 12 pack of those things a fucking around, like playing golf. And I guess apparently Trump drinks a shit ton of too, dude. Like, his little red button in his office was like, bring me another Diet Coke.
Yeah. Well,
And he
those
might be,
that age, like our parents' age, people like they were programmed super hard into all that shit, you know?
Oh, sugar.
Like, yeah, it's like when, fucking, like, uh, when they get thirsty, they don't fucking pour a glass of water. They grab a Coke.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, and fuck, it's a, yeah. But it's a but that's what it is. Like this, and Huberman, like he's just like his research testosterone and how it makes depression go away. You know what I mean? With PTSD. I mean, because your thoughts control that part of your body, dude. Your brain controls that part of your body, your endocrine system, more or less, right? Like you feel good, you're successful. Of course, you're feeling it all up, dude. But it's just like this constant beat down, this constant like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This constant is the earth fucking flat. This constant, hey, look at this guy lost all the information. Is black pilled, red pilled, white pilled, gray pilled, all this fucking shit that is now like the whatever, like what do they call it when it's in like lexicon, right? Is that the word?
Yeah,
The
it's in the
lexicon.
it's in the lexicon. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like what you really should be doing is like maybe like setting up a fucking hammock and just staring at the fucking stars and like pondering about fucking things, right?
Yep.
Frequencies. What frequency
Yep.
am I on? Am I looking at a planet, or am I like looking at like a star? Am I looking at like am I hearing the note A or am I hearing the note B or whatever? It's just like these are the things that you should be pondering. But your fucking stomach biome is telling your brain that you've been poisoned and you should just stay up the fucking rest of the night. Right. Be fucking fried, dude. Right.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah. I think about it because I go, that's when they get you a lot of times with these things. You're feeling bummed out or this or that or yada, yada, yada. Right. And so like, now they have a pill for your anxiety.
Yeah.
But like, I go, fuck, well, like, that's a fucking crazy concept because like my anxiety just made me like think of every conversation I was fucking having before I even fucking had it. Is that like, you know what I mean? And then when I finally had the conversation, I just kind of like knew the answers, right? But it wasn't like easy to like, it wasn't easy, but it was like, it was all part of the fucking growth. It was all part of
you
the
worked
growth.
it out.
It
Yeah.
was all part of the growth.
Yeah, you worked
You
it
know what I
out
mean? Like,
and you grew.
yeah, that's what, you know what I mean? But like, I don't think anybody between the ages of like 16 and 25 isn't like riddled with anxiety, dude. You know what I mean? It's
Oh, for
part of me.
sure.
It's like,
Yeah, definitely. Fucking
it's,
society gives me anxiety, man. Shit.
yeah. And so like you sit there and it's just like, you're like, but there's like such a freedom of just being like, fine, I'm fucking crazy, dude. Fine.
Totally. Yeah. Just like we were saying earlier, the freedom of letting go of what all these people say the world is and what happened, just take off that jacket, fucking shed that skin and
Yeah.
just fucking experience life in the world. Fucking
fine, I'm crazy. What the fuck is
yeah.
all right.
Totally.
Fuck, it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.